What is going on out there, peeps? As you can well imagine, so yesterday I took a semi day off. I did one video, but really it's hard for me to take a day off. I'm constantly watching what the experts are talking about when it comes to gold and silver and seeing where the market is going. By the way, look at this beautiful stack of gold. Look at these bars. Now that's stacking gold, by the way. Nonetheless, so what I'm doing is I'm really look. I stopped watching. I mean, I still watch the market, but I'm starting to realize it doesn't make a difference what they say on the market. I'm really paying attention to the big whales, the people with the most money around the world. I'm really watching what they're doing. I'm studying what they're doing. I'm listening not to what Wall Street's telling me, but what the experts that deal in gold and silver are talking about. And so I'm like trying to figure out, there's so much information. I'm trying to handpick what I think you guys would benefit from. Some of it is really analytical. They get into some great stuff, man. It's crazy what they're talking about. So everything that we're talking about when it comes to the debt clock is so realistic, it's not even funny. I told you a lot of the experts are pointing towards the debt clock as a realistic value of where gold and silver is. They know this. But in addition to that, what are we watching when it comes to gold and silver? The stress on the comics, man. It's real. It is real. And they have a lot of contracts. They sold way more gold and silver than they actually have. So I'm going to bring to you a video that I think is very, very telling about when it comes to gold and silver. I told you guys many a time, silver will outperform gold every single time when it comes to crises. This guy goes on, oh man, the way he's talking about things, I'm going to play it for you so you guys can follow. Again, I just don't like telling you my opinion, but I also like to show you, look, I tell you one thing, but I want to show you that there are so-called experts out there saying the same thing that I am. And that's what I'm trying to bring to you so that you guys have more faith in your investment into gold and silver. Again, once again, look at these bars. Man, this is, by the way, this is my stack. I'm just kidding. No. But if you are considering buying precious metals, you should consider our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. All right, you guys? The link is in the description. If you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, please use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free half ounce of silver. You can't go wrong with free monies. All right? We have a Facebook group called Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as a YouTube channel. And here we talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. No politics in there, please. Bring the politics over to here, which is the hidden things in front of your eyes. In here we talk about politics, QAnon, current events, all kinds of other things. You're welcome to do that here. Nobody is going to censor you. Just be respectful. That's all I ask. As you are all well aware, I now have a Twitter account. The link for this is in the description. Please come join me over there. All right. And I share the same information for the most part. But just in case, there's a lot of people out there that do not have Facebook but have Twitter. So the link is in the description. So I'm looking at the market and I'm not falling for this. I told you guys not to fall for this. Do not believe what we're seeing. It's manipulated. I even played videos of experts telling you, look, the powers that be, they're going to continue to manipulate the market. As the whales. Whales, for those of you who don't know what that means, these are people that have millions and millions of dollars. The whales, pension funds, hedge funds. You see what I'm saying? They're all moving into gold. Royal families. It's causing a huge stress on the COMEX. Not only are they not abiding by the T90, which is, you get your order and it takes 90 days before you get it, they're asking for and pressuring to have same day delivery, which is huge, man. It's huge. We are way ahead of the curve. If you guys started stacking when I first told you, you should be excited. You should be doing the pee-pee dance, man. I told you we are way ahead of the curve. That doesn't mean we're done. You keep stacking, damn it. All you guys keep doing it. Adding to your silver, adding to your silver. For those you can afford, 80-20 split, gold, silver, do it. All right, don't fall for this. This is low. We're seeing, on average, 67% swings and ups and downs on gold and silver. All right, I don't give a crap where the market drops to. Do not fall for this. Listen to me, because I can't stress this enough. I have a feeling they're going to try to push it down again, and I mean way down. But even if they do that, that's not for us. You're never going to be able to buy it at that price. If you do, more power to you, and congratulations. Most of the websites in July were sold out. You guys remember this, with the exception of Money Metals. They did a great job of making sure that all of my subscribers were able to get something. They limit the amount you were allowed to get, but the point is they at least had inventory when other websites were sold out or you had to pre-order. What happened in July is nothing. It really was nothing. It is child's play to what's coming up. Just because you see the price drop, one, don't panic. Two, buy on a dip. If you can find it anywhere if you can. All right, so we're going to get into this, guys. Michael Oliver. So I will leave the link to this because it's, what is this? Palisades Radio. But I want you to listen to what Mike has to say. I'm going to play it a little bit, but he's going to talk about the performances of gold and silver compared to where we are. Listen what he's saying, because he's going to tell you silver will crush gold. I told you it always outperforms it.
To really illustrate exactly what you just said, the game has just begun. In your last newsletter, you were saying that we are going to perhaps see the most dramatic move gold will ever produce in our lifetimes. So obviously we have so many different factors as a tailwind for gold that you're saying that we could see the most dramatic move in basically a bull market for gold, correct?
I think we'll see probably the last, at least for my lifetime, perhaps younger folks, bull market in gold, because I think the resolution fundamentally of the next major market crisis, and that means the up in gold, down in equities, and likely down ultimately in bonds as well, bond prices, that chaos and the wave effects of that will cause fundamental changes in monetary policy, perhaps even the abolition in some places of monetary policy, meaning central banks will no longer dictate monetary policy. Market forces will determine what interest rates are rather than government edicts. There'll be a rethink at some point because people will realize, or at least some will, perhaps with enough political influence to affect change, that, hey, you know what, this didn't work since the 1970s, the full fiatization of the developed market currencies. It didn't work. And somebody will rethink it, and already the Chinese are in this direction of a gold-backed currency and the stability that goes with that.
So again, we're talking about other nations, including China, talking about moving us all into the gold-backed currency, plus the United States talking about it, the UK is talking about it, everywhere is talking about it. It's sound money. Sound money. We are all getting away from this experiment of this fiat system is what everybody's trying to do. What does this do to the US dollar as a reserve dollar? Obviously, it's going to have repercussions. I think the first country that gets there will have the most dominant dollar.
And so I'm not sure where gold's going to go. I don't know if it's going to 10,000, 100,000.
You hear what he said? He's not sure if gold is going to 10,000 an ounce or 100,000. Do you see the gap in that? Do you see what I'm saying? These people are like, look, it's in there somewhere. It needs to be this high in order to cover the amount of currency that we have outstanding. What's that do to silver, which is known as the poor man's gold? All right? It always outperforms gold.
I don't think what you should do is look at gold only from this point forward.
Nope.
It's not just in a normal bull market like it had, in 1975, or it had in 1980, or it had in 2011. This is going to be different because it's going to have wave effects in other markets that will be impacting gold itself and vice versa. So I think if you're long gold, you shouldn't be looking at the day-to-day swings or week-to-week even.
I told you guys that. I'll watch that for you, but don't get emotionally involved in your investment. If you're watching this every day, you're going to have a heart attack. Let me pay attention to what's going on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you watch it every day and you don't know what you're looking for, man, you're going to have a nervous breakdown. Do you see what I'm saying? Think long term. We're talking about a 10-plus year bull run in the future. So even if what happens in September or October, even if there's a reevaluation, we're not done. It's going to continue to rise. Dude, we're talking about the largest increase in the value of gold and silver we've ever seen in our lifetimes.
You should be looking at things like right now, for example, why would the Bloomberg Commodity Index, the commodity asset category, break out to the upside if gold were about to make a top? Why would commodities be about to state we have inflation again? if gold were about to make a top. So people in the gold market should be paying a lot more attention to other markets out of their side mirrors instead of just their front windshield.
I do.
And I think the Bloomberg is about to now endorse, in effect, what gold has already been saying. And other markets, in inverse ways, will be endorsing gold.
Everything this guy's talking about, I've been telling you now for months. I've been bringing it to you for months. I do pay attention to everything else, and I tell you how it affects our gold and silver holdings. We are way ahead of the curve. They're trying to tell us, even with everything, the pension funds, royal families, you name it, moving towards gold right now, they're saying this isn't even a rush to gold yet, which is mind-blowing to me. So for those of us who have been jumping on this bandwagon now for months, we are way ahead of the curve, way ahead of the curve. So you guys keep it up.
At some point, I think the bond market will top, as I said. That'll be endorsing gold, higher rates. Stock market will again be in trouble, endorsing gold as a safe asset. So anyway, I think you should be looking wide. And right now, I don't see the situation in gold that indicates trend vulnerability to the downside on any sustainable basis.
So as we're saying, to look.
Do you know what he's saying? Even if it goes down, it's not sustainable. That's what he's telling you. He cannot see any indicators that when it goes down, it's going to sustain down on a lower level. It will drop it. It'll turn around and recover quickly and continue to rise. We are at that point.
Wide, Michael. Let's talk a little bit about silver, and we're seeing that it hasn't broken out above its all-time high, whether that's inflation adjusted or not. So tell us a little bit about the possible upside that you see for silver that are coming.
Of all the commodities out there, I'd have to say silver's top of the list. And it became top of the list, and we anticipated that it would become at the top of our list.
Did I not tell you this? Did Pimpy not say that silver always outperforms gold? Do you hear what this man's saying? Of all commodities, not just precious metals. He said of all commodities, the top of the list is silver.
Even though silver's acted like a dog from the 2015-16 low when it was down to the $13 area, it rallied up to about 21. That's when gold went from under 1,100 up to 1,360. Okay, silver had a huge move, nice big percent move. It outperformed gold during that first rally. But then after that, gold didn't go back to its lows, but silver did. In fact, in March of this year, it punched out that low, got down in the high 11s. So like the Bloomberg Commodity Index, it pricked out its prior low of 2000.
Can you imagine this? In 2020, silver at one time was around $11 an ounce. I know what a lot of you are thinking. I wish it was now.
2015 and 16 by just enough to spook everybody out of that market. And we thought there might be a rubber band type snap at that point. Sure enough, there was. We called it a bear trap, both with the gold miners and the silver market then. In other words, the sell-off would trap bears and also run a lot of bulls out of the market, therefore cleanse those markets. And sure.
So you see what he's talking about? This is what they do. They move people who are speculators, both in stocks and in physical gold and silver. Do not fall for these traps, you guys. Please, I'm begging you to listen to me and hold the hell on. I keep making this analogy, and a lot of you guys get it and you think it's funny. We are riding Bodacious, the unrideable bull. One hand on the rope, one hand above our heads, leaning way back, spurs up. We are 6.5 in the 8-second ride. Man, do not let go of this damn bull. Do you hear me? You guys hold the hell on.
Sure enough, the upturn we got in silver and the gold miners at that point vastly outstripped the upturn in gold. And recently, silver did two things, technically. We analyzed its annual momentum, and there were two rallies over the last several years, one of which peaked, like I said, at 21. This is, I think, back in... Anyway, one was at 21 and one was at 19. The $19 plus high came last year. Okay, so the two highs, the two rally highs, weren't connected. They were a couple dollars apart. But when you looked at our annual momentum chart of silver, they were at exactly the same level above the 36-month average, meaning one was at 19.4% over and the other one last summer was at 19.4% over the 36-month average. And then we backed up into March of this year. And when we came roaring back up in July and traded 1948, which again didn't take out any price highs, but it caused momentum to hit 20% over the 36-month average. Pardon me for being technical here. But when we took out those two dual highs that you could see on a momentum chart, but not on a price chart, we had a triple top breakout by annual momentum of silver. We argued that if we hit 19.48, that silver would likely launch toward 30 rapidly, just as a first response, not as the ultimate swing objective or anything of the sort. So what did it do? It ran up to 29.90 or something. And now it's congesting violently in the upper 20s. But it's a matter of 2 months. You were trading in the upper teens, and now you're trading in the upper 20s. We think this trading around in silver right now is no way it's topping. It's just violent congestion. And likely we're going to take out the all-time highs in silver, in which case $50 is not going to be a double top. It's going to be a triple top breakout for the price chart, folks.
Woo! Do you hear what he's saying? Silver at $50 was all-time high. He's saying not only are we going to top it, we're going to pop way past it.
Now, where might silver go after that? I'm not sure. It's just like gold. I'm not sure. Something dramatic, $100, $200, I'm not sure. But we think silver has now shifted from an underperformer to gold to technically, we've measured it in terms of performance readings, percentage comparisons of price gains and losses over time. Silver's broken out of its relative performance charts to the upside. It's now an outperformer to gold, and we expect it to remain one for the next couple of years.
Okay, did you not hear that? What did I not say? What did Pimpy say? You guys trust me, if you can't afford both gold and silver, then forget gold. Invest in silver. It's poor man's gold. Besides, it always outperforms gold. This guy's saying percentage-wise, okay? We're not talking about dollar-wise. We're talking about percentage-wise. That's what you should always focus on when it comes to your investments. I hope you guys are stacking. Keep stacking. Do all you can. Find a way. Please find a damn way. We have some huge things happening here in the near future that can change the lives of many people. This is why I'm keep telling you and I keep pressing you guys to keep investing in precious metals if you can. For those of you who have and you're watching the market every day and you're having a heart attack, stop. Let it go. This isn't our train ride. You know what I mean? We are thinking long term. In the long run, you're going to look like a hero to your family. It's going to change your lives. Just hang tight. That's all I'm asking you, all right? Buy on the dip. Don't sell. Silver will outperform gold. That's what I keep trying to tell you guys, all right? I wanted to share this video with you. This guy's talking about in the next couple of years, you're going to see silver continue to outperform gold, and that's what we want. All right, you guys, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it, and I'll catch you later.